What's up, guys? Dee and Michael. How are you? Gonna mute myself. I'm just doing a couple things really quick. Nice to see you guys. I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. How are you?
Good. Great.
Good to hear you. Where are you skiing in that photo?
Park City,
Where's that?
not a skier. Utah.
Utah. Got it. I've heard. Not. I used to snowboard a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. But Utah, I heard, is even better than Colorado. Preference, obviously.
I love both. So,
Got it. Very cool. Very cool.
oh, really cool.
Did you get situated with the room? Did you see anything after that for the Sunday night journeys?
No, it's not. My phone's kind of being weird. I don't know because I had it all in before, and then I was trying to get my name and phone number up on it. And I dumped it anyway. Just it's whatever. It's being cranky.
Okay. Well, you're here. That's what's important.
Right.
And, but yeah, let me know. Like we'll figure it out together.
Well, I'm not worried. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm just gonna mute it really quick because I got to do a couple of messages really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Anybody on?
Yeah,
What?
he's doing some messages.
Say what? You're doing messages?
He's muted.
Do you see me?
What? Can I see you? Well, I don't have split screen. No? Did you bring your screen down?
You talking to Robby?
No, you're not on. I'm not on either.
Okay, they're getting a little water and then I'll be back.
You have to do video.
Robby Blair. How are you, man?
I'm great. I love the Cinco de Mayo balloon and stuff.
Just
Cinco de
forgot
Mayo,
about
baby.
That was such a fun night.
Yeah. We'll talk about it a little bit before we get started.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. So Michael, meet Michael and Dee. I met Michael and Dee in Nashville. They live in Naples. Where you got? This is Michael. He lives in Situate, Massachusetts. But I met Michael in Cancun. I met Michael Cinco de Mayo, Michael in Cancun, and I met
Hard to keep track of us all.
yeah. But yeah, you guys both.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah.
We me and Naples, Michael, we just always bumped into each other every day. We always saw each other. We were both on the same team, but it was just constant hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing? I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you.
So
No,
much fun.
you were just in the way.
I was
He is.
I am in the way.
In a good way.
Yes, I'm always in
Thank
the way.
you for being in the way.
It's funny how that happens, though.
Yeah.
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 There's certain people you keep running into.
Yeah. It is funny.
And what makes you realize that is when, like, for example, like all the photos that came back the other day, like all the people that you just don't even see, and you feel like you see also everybody. And then when you look at all the photos, you're like, I didn't even see that person. And even with volunteering too, see a lot of people. But yeah, good stuff. So Michael, just so you know, Veronique actually just created a web email for us for the main event.
Oh, great.
Another love event, which is great. Heidi, what's up?
Hey,
How are you? Oh, Heidi, how are you? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you?
Hold on, I'm coming on.
Okay. Okay. How are you? So Heidi was a volunteer too on the yellow team. Yeah.
All right.
Michael and Dee, you may have bumped into her as well.
Team Yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So great to see you. Heidi, you got great energy, and I'm so happy. I finally got to my Telegram so I could reach out to people from Nashville.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
God bless you. I get it. It's like a lot getting back in the 3D world and yeah, all of it. Happy to be here.
Great. So great to see you. So great to see you.
no, I'm trying to find out. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah,
Dee. Murad, what's up, brother? Now I know where you're sitting. So we visited Murad yesterday at his house, or didn't visit. He invited us over for lunch because we did our final itinerary and
You got it blocked right there, I think.
music,
Okay.
Summer of Love
That's
music.
recording.
Yeah, you got to record.
I'm gonna
That
make,
was amazing. That food was amazing.
yeah,
Thank you so much. That was,
Rod,
and the music your daughter played was just her.
What's
so
the name of
beautiful.
that yeah, what's the name of that instrument? Because I want to talk about it.
Harmonium. I'll put it in the chat.
Harmonium. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, harmonium. HARMONIUM.
And we did chants with the harmonium. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Robby.
Yes, who said hi? Hey, D.
D, I can't get my picture up. I'm on a PC.
Let me think. Hold on. I gotta visualize my brain where your screen is. You sign off and sign back on, then it says, do you want a video? But in the bottom, so if you see how on the screen there's a bunch, it looks like the Brady Bunch with all the squares, the faces. Like you see my face, you see your husband's face, you see my face,
yeah.
the whole Brady Bunch thing. So if you bring your mouse down to the bottom of the screen, a little toolbar pops up. It should. And then a bunch of icons should pop up.
Oh, you're talking to a senior,
You asked for my help.
Now I'll figure it out. I've done this.
No, seriously, we could take our time. It's going to be simple. We could easily figure this out. So
let's see, start video. Wonder if that.
yes,
there it is. Start video.
Oh, see, I just did it.
Hey, G.
We did it.
Hi guys.
Great to see you.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, so I met Michael. I love so many people you meet on your walk out. I literally met them on, grabbing a bite with Thor really quick. And yeah. And, hey, Cheryl. Oh, hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
So yeah, I met Dee and Michael on the way out. So happy because I bumped into, or I was in their way a lot.
Right, that's great.
Stop it, He said that.
Hold on, let me do that. And I am seeing. I want to give a big shout out. Oh wow! So very funny. So Veronique and Elizabeth. So Veronique, Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. I'm so happy that you're part of this community. How are you?
Hello.
So Elizabeth lost her yoga mat and her seat, and me and Veronique helped her out. And then this is like the first reunion since that happened.
Oh, what? Oh, wait.
Yeah. How great is it?
Oh.
Yeah. How great is it?
Do I have a picture on my
I do.
profile?
I do have the photo. I'll share it with both.
Okay.
I'll send it to you guys. Yeah. It's really cute. It was really a great moment.
Yeah.
Fun.
Hello, I miss you.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, Chuck? How are
What's
you,
up?
brother?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastico.
I see Murad
Yeah.
and Cheryl.
Yep. Got Natasha, Cheryl, Heidi. Yeah, so we got some new faces here, which is so great. So Chuck is from Pittsburgh, and it's great because we just found some Pittsburghites within our community. Yeah, we're just building little bubbles inside of big bubbles. Kevin, what's up, brother? How are you? Hey, bro. Good to see you. Kevin was my blood taker. He was the one who took my blood at the event. Linda, hello. Susie, how are you? Good to see you. I want to hear more about your new job. Congratulations.
Hey.
Shout out.
Hi, Kevin.
Yay. Let's go. Whose iPhone is iPhone Jamila again? Or is it Mick? Rob, what's going on? Bev, how are you? So we got Daniela, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm good.
Good. Sorry, I say hi quick. You could cut me off because I say hi back. Sorry. And Marco, right? Is it Marco?
Me?
Yes. Who is that?
Oh, no. How you doing, man? My name's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay. I know you, Kevin. Your face looks familiar. Very familiar.
Robby, I have a question.
Who's that?
Rob.
Who said that? Oh, Rob. What's up?
Rob.
Yeah, Rob, what's up, Rob?
The Marco Island meditations that you posted,
yes.
That link to, are those live meditations?
So no, so Marco Island, big shout out to Aman. I have a relationship with a couple of people that are admins. And so we do meditations Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. But he has he does it so often. So there's so many spots for everybody to to hop on. It's not live, but I'm not sure. So every time I get the link, I share it with our community.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
So what I'd say is look in the group, introduce yourself to Aman, and you might and you'll probably just get introduced to that group as well if you're looking to get any other options.
Okay, thank you.
You got it, brother. All right, the lady of the hour is here, Breanne. How are you?
What's up, Robby? I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So happy to see you. So excited for tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for this opportunity.
Do change the name?
Josh, what's up, brother? How are you?
What do you want to say?
Doing great. How are you?
Panda. What, really?
Hold on, Amanda, you can hold on. I'm gonna mute you. They're talking about Amanda and Travis are renaming themselves right now. I know exactly what they're talking about. Johnny and Panda. There you go. Boom.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go. What up? What up?
I'm muted.
Cheryl, how are you? Good to see you.
Oh, I gotta turn my camera on.
Sorry.
Hey,
How are you? Good to see you.
good to see you too.
Happy Sunday. How are you?
Meetings.
Sari, how are you?
Those faces.
Kathy, big shout out to Kathy. Kathy had a big weekend. Peeling layers, dropping things, and she had a huge something. You could talk about it if you like, but she had a really big weekend and a lot happened. So I'm so happy for you and proud of you. Lauren, what's up? How are you feeling today, Lauren?
I'm okay. It's a stone in my salivary gland.
Oh, okay.
I figured it out.
Oh, all right. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're figuring it out and getting all better.
Working on it. Thank you, Robby.
Yep. You can't hear either.
Cheryl Page, what's going on? I think I said hi. Just want to make sure I said it again. Noah and Jill. Huge shout out to Noah and Jill.
Hey.
Hi.
Sorry, I was just trying to get our Zoom working here.
Yeah, get it going. And big shout out to Noah. Noah's part of the youth group. He's the one that gives the best hugs. I don't know if every 50% of the people probably experience a Noah hug. Noah's the man. And thank you, Jill. You were the one that introduced me to Breanne.
We can't hear you, Robby.
Here.
You can hear? Everybody else can hear me, right? Or no?
No, it's us.
Okay.
I can hear you briefly. I think it's our speaker.
Get your shit together. No, I'm just kidding. Take your time. Take your time. So it's 8:03. We're gonna get started around 8:10, just so everybody knows. There's a lot going on right now. Again, originally I was gonna be the guest. Originally I was gonna be the guest, but so many things happened this week. I spoke to Breanne. She had a pretty unique experience, and it's one of the most inspirational things I've ever read in my life. And I thought it would be perfect for this platform because she's really trying to change the world, not only for herself, but for everybody else. She's pushing the limits. She's going for that 4-minute mile with everything she's doing right now. And it's so courageous what she's doing. It's really, really awesome because it takes a lot of balls to do what she's doing. Sorry. It's just really great. Sorry, Cheryl, I'm here, but have a flooded basement, so I'm muted and on the way. Okay. Sorry, we can't be there to help you. I just dealt with a flood. I'm back in Cape Cod right now. I was here for like 2 months because I was.
Grab it. You want me to throw it up?
Ooh, what's up? Sorry, guys. Jillian, how you doing? Leslie, how are you? Noah and Jill, can you hear us now? All right, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mauricio, how are you? My fellow, I was in Canada all last week, and I found Mauricio was like 20 minutes from me. I didn't even know. Super cool. Next time we'll grab dinner. Carrie Ann, nice to see you. Again, we're going to get started around 8:10, just because people start flooding in. Hold on, there's a couple comments. So hope everybody's had a nice day. It was a really nice spring day today. Dry energy and love. Oh, dry energy. I get it.
Oh, Lee.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope everybody had a really nice. Leslie, how are you? All the way from the Bay Area. What's going on?
Yeah, gorgeous California weather today.
Nice.
Not so much yesterday, but today we're back.
This is so much better.
The Northeast, just Linda, how are you? Linda Castelli.
Good.
Islander up
Hey,
in-
Robbie.
How are you? Good to see you as always. Yeah, the weather's been pretty crappy in the Northeast, like for the last 2 weeks. It's finally getting, and yeah, beautiful day for Edie as well. Alexandra, how are you? Good to see you again, as always. So nice to spend the day with you yesterday.
How are you?
Lee, what's up? Yeah, Jillian, good to see you. Casey, how are you? Casey, the spreadsheet wizard.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I want to make sure I don't get lost in my thoughts, which could easily happen, and we don't want that to happen. Mary Claire, how are you?
Good.
Musical genius up in the house. So really cool news just for everybody. We got all the itinerary and all the logistics down for the Summer of Love event in Maine, the main event. It's going to be incredible. It's it's something that's going to change everyone's life who's coming. Yeah, it's just there's so much going on with this. I'll talk about it a little more, but it's just really incredible. I just saw Casey, which reminded me about it, but we'll talk about it in a little bit. All right, so one thing that we're going to start doing is I'm going to start doing like a community bulletin board. So if anybody has anything that they want to talk about that they have coming up, if they have any businesses or anything that we can, we barter with each other. That's how we kind of, within this community, we all help each other. So if there's anything that anybody that's relative to what we're doing, that people you think should know about, let me know, because we're going to have something called like the bulletin board just before we start. So if there's anything coming up that you think people should know about, let me know. So we're going to start doing that moving forward. And I guess I'll kind of dive into that as far as like the bulletin board, or not dive into it. Like, well, Christy Locks, who does the breath work for us every Friday, is kind of how it started, because she dedicates 1 week out of the week every Friday for us at 11 a.m. time just to do breath work, just because she's such a great person. But she also has her own business too. So she's in this group. If you're interested in learning more about it, obviously you're all welcome to hop on to do the breath work with us every Friday at 11 a.m. with the Dot Connected Morning Warriors. But she also does it as a business where it's really impressive stuff. And we actually have some people in the community because of that, because of her bringing it in. So definitely check that out if it's something you're looking to do. The breath work is very important. It makes you feel really, really good. You go to another world. It's just good stuff. And then also, if everybody doesn't know, I'm going to mute everybody. Give me 2 seconds. So if you need to say anything, just raise your hand, just because it's a little fuzzy. Also, so Murad, if everybody doesn't know who Murad is, Murad's been within our community. He's the one waving right there. He's been in our community for about 2 months. I met him through Michael through an event in Boston, but he's just so proactive and just loves everything that we are doing and offers so much. I've never met someone who has so much wisdom, at least that I'm so interested in. And he just offers all his time, and he does something. He has a laughter yoga page too. So message him on the side where he just brings the laughter within the day. Just free willingly just posts so many things that just really that are just fun to watch. So if you're into that, make sure you reach out to Murad and he'll add you to the group. And then also Cheryl Page, who has the flood, she's a medium as well. So she has her own, the way I met her is pretty crazy. That's the story that it's going to be one of the stories that I do tell when I am the guest, which might be next week, but it might not be. I'm still figuring it out. I'll let everybody know. But she has a once a month video Zoom call as well. And it's really interesting shit. So she's a medium, it's, if you're into spirits, numbers, and speaking of spirits, I'm seeing trails right now. This is crazy. Sorry. Spirits and just very deep stuff. Cheryl's your gal. small story just to let you know when she says things, things happen. I was on the phone with her just one time. This is just like a quick tidbit is she's like, Rob, I don't know why, but I'm sensing sandbags. And like 2 seconds later, I trip and I look over on the floor. There's a big sandbag that I fell over. So what she says happens, but she channels and so just reach out to her. She has calls once a month now. That's what I kind of wanted to just mention. So it's just to get more involved with that. And then also Angela Orr announced last week her book club. So reach out to her if you're interested in that as well. All right. Shout out to Michael. He just did a huge Cinco de Mayo party, which was a lot of fun. We posted some videos and photos from the event. It was just it's really great just to get the community together when we can. You know, if you don't do it, I suggest reaching out to people within your community. That's how it all happens. If you don't do it, it won't happen. Michael just started reaching out to people in the community. Now we have a community there. We've met probably 5 to 7 times in the last 2 months. And now we're all best friends. It's great. So if you have anybody in your area, definitely check them out and just doing stuff like that. It's beautiful. Shout out to Thor. I think he's in the group right now. He had a really great moment with he's actually still in Boise, but he went to his daughter's graduation and just had really, really big moments in Boise with his family. He was walking into something that pre Dr. Joe would have been very challenging, but the last 3 months he's really peeled off a lot of layers and said it couldn't have went any better. So huge shout out to you, to you, Thor, even though you're not here. And then thank you, Murad, for just hosting your lunch yesterday. His beautiful daughter played the harmonium, and we did some chants and breath work. It was really amazing. He allowed us into his house. We went into his office that he's in right now. He showed us his sacred room. It was just really beautiful. All right, I don't want to kind of go off on a tangent. I do want to kind of get this started. It's 8:12. Breanne's the host or the guest for this week. I do want to just say a quick quote from her just to give you context of everything that's why Breanne's the guest, or not why, but what kind of just brought it up. Just the energy that she's bringing right now. It's unstoppable. And in Nashville, Breanne was part of the group before Nashville, but we hung out for the first time physically in Nashville, and it wasn't an accident. We were part of the same EEG study. And not only were we the part of the same one, we were at the same time frame, and we also sat right next to each other, and we got to bond. And there was a reason for that, and it's right, it's now and to build off of. So I'm so happy that we got to do that because we got to really get to know each other a little bit. But I do want to. So Breanne just heard some things going into Nashville. She just heard some things about her body prior to going, and then when she came home, I won't say she was expecting something different, but it wasn't what I don't want to phrase it wrong, but it wasn't. She got news that I guess wasn't what she expected. She could correct me if I'm wrong, but about her body. But what she said about her mind was the most powerful thing I've ever heard. Especially with the circumstance or with the situation that you're in right now within your 3D body. And it's just, again, it's the most courageous and most heroic words I've heard, just how you say it. And so, yeah, I'm going to give it to you. And I just want to read what you wrote before I do that, just to kind of give people context if they didn't see it. And then the floor is yours. So she mentioned why she's doing what she's doing. Her body has cancer, so she's just talking about why she's doing what she's doing. And she said the dream for her is bigger than just healing her body. It isn't really even about her at all. It's about helping change the way we think about what is possible. I want to be living proof of pure human potential. I want to know what it means to be human. I want to change the stigma around cancer. I don't want people to fear it, but embrace it as an opportunity. I imagine a future where people no longer succumb to the advertising on television that teaches us cancer looks like losing all your hair, having bulging eyes and dark circles, protruding cheekbones and a frail body, and that the poisoning ourselves with the toxin and mutilating our bodies with surgery is the only avenue back to health. Yes, sometimes cancer does look like that, but it doesn't have to. The path is a choice. We do this work because we know there is another way. And there's so much truth behind what she's saying. Like she's not just saying something. You feel, and it's true. She feels what she's saying, and she trusts it. So without further ado, thank you so much, Breanne. I feel thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. I'll ask to unmute you and I'll give it, the floor is yours. Remember, it's going to be a little quiet.
All good. That was quite the build up. So thank you, Robbie. I'm so flattered. And I'm so honored to be here. Thank you all for joining. I'm incredibly humbled that you want to hear my story and that you are here to support me. I said it in my post, and I also mean it from the bottom of my heart, that the reason that I get to the finish line is because of you. I know that part of my journey has been about learning that I can't do this on my own. And for most of my life, not all of my life, have been, I can do it. I don't need help, just me. And I'm learning very quickly that that is not true. Cancun was my first event in December of last year, and Nashville was my second, and something solidified in me in Nashville because of this community that has refueled me and given me confidence to keep going. So just to give you the backstory, in 2018, I was diagnosed with stage 3 rectal cancer. I had a tumor about the size of a grapefruit in my rectum, and I had just graduated from grad school. I did not have a job. I did not have insurance. I had just moved home from Vermont, and I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know it was cancer. And I decided, without really having any knowing why, decided that I was going to pursue an alternative treatment or alternative path to treatment back then. And essentially within 3 months, this was very much against doctors' recommendations and the desires of my family. There was a lot of conflict, a lot of turmoil, a lot of heartache. But I walked away from conventional medicine then, and I chose to treat my body with nutrition. I was before I really knew about Dr. Joe, but after about 90 days, I was able to shrink the size of my tumor, which initially was invasive through the muscle wall of my rectum and then was resting up against my uterus. And within 90 days of self-treatment, I shrunk it enough, not a lot, but enough that it was no longer in the muscle. And once it was not in the muscle anymore, my doctor agreed to take me straight to surgery. So I went to surgery and had the tumor removed. A foot of my colon, 55 lymph nodes, and my appendix all came out. And for the most part, I was healthy, other than just the side effects of having that much of your body removed. During a surgery, I did not know they were going to take my appendix out. That was a game time decision that they made and told me after the fact. But I did not have to have an ostomy bag. I didn't have any of the like stigmatic things that you would think about cancer. So no chemo, no radiation, none of those things. And I was great for 3.5 years. My blood work went back to normal. I did some other side treatments. Frequency specific microcurrent is one of the ones that I did, ozone therapy, all kinds of things. But it was really during that time that I had that veil ripped off of my eyes, that the medical establishment really doesn't exist to help us get healthy. It exists because it's a business, and it's a brilliant business, and it's very necessary. But I also really believe that it's overstepped its bounds. And it has its place. I really firmly believe it does have its place, but it has brilliantly convinced us that the avenue back to health, as Robbie mentioned when he read what I wrote, is through surgery and often toxic chemicals in our bodies. And I just don't believe that. I just don't. And so in last summer, I bought my first home. And I was going in for my just routine checkup, my annual scans and blood work. Wasn't expecting anything. Everything had been fine up to that point. And about a week before that, I was driving home and I said, okay, God, whatever you put me on this planet to do, I'm ready to do it. And I was following Dr. Joe, but I was not a student of his work at that time. But I just kind of made that declaration at a stoplight right near my house. And then about a week later, I went into for my appointment, and they found a tumor in my liver. And so that was a pretty huge surprise for me, because I, in my opinion, was living the life that was supposed to keep me healthy. I went vegan. I had been vegan for 6 years. You know, all of the things, trying to be mindful of my emotions and the way that I felt and all of that. So I really wasn't expecting that diagnosis. And initially I was going to do conventional medicine. But very quickly it became apparent that that was not supposed to be my path. To share the story of how it started, I found out very late at night on like a Wednesday evening, which doctors didn't even tell me the results. It just happened to see them online. So it was a pretty shocking revelation, and not having a doctor to talk to about it was difficult at night. And so I really didn't sleep that night. The next morning I went up, went for a walk in the morning, and found myself at this park, and I sat down and I prayed and I cried, and I just said, okay, God, just show me where to go to heal. And I got up and I started walking again, and I walked through a parking lot, and I just happened to look up, and I was next to this 2-story brick building, and I looked up, and there was this door with a glass frame on the side of the building, and the tree of life was on the side of the door, or on the glass of the door. And I got a little bit closer, and it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, so nothing was opened yet, but the door said Tree of Life Healing Center. And I was like, okay, mental note, check out what that is. I had no idea. And at that time I had a vision, and I didn't realize that it was a vision at that point. But once it happened, then I realized that it was a vision, which I never had a vision before. So, you know, a little bit weird to me, but I had the vision of me walking into a doctor's office and walking up to a receptionist and saying, I'm supposed to be here. I don't know why. I kind of forgot about it. I thought it was just a thought. I kept walking, and eventually went home, and then went and saw my oncologist later that afternoon and started talking about traditional medicine. And, you know, I am 39, and I, you know, had the thought of, you know, I'm not ready to go. I'm okay. What do I need to do? My doctor said, we can take care of this. We need to shrink it, but you know, I think we can get through it. So I was on the path initially to do chemotherapy and radiation. And then once after that appointment, I, a couple days later, remembered that I had seen that place that I walked by, and I looked into it. And then I just walked there, and I walked in, and I walked up to the desk, and I said to the woman sitting there, you know, this might sound crazy, but I'm pretty sure I was led here, and I don't know what you do here, but I think I'm supposed to be here. And then I remembered that I had that vision, and I was like, whoa. And then the owner,
wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then the owner came out, and I didn't know what she did. She does something called Neuralink, which is kind of like muscle testing. She also does acupuncture and a few different things, but she came out and she said, you know, I don't know what you do. And I said, what do you do? And she said, I work for God. And when she said that to me, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. And that was really the beginning of me knowing, okay, I have an alternative path that I'm going to take. And that was just the first story, and it just kept building. There was another story and another story, another story. It became very apparent that that I was not supposed to do conventional medicine. A friend of mine invited me to a Greg Braden event a few weeks later, and I went there, and he talked about all kinds of science and all kinds of evidence of people healing their bodies naturally, and how every single organ in the human body can heal itself at a certain, you know, over a certain period of time when we get out of the way. And I didn't know what getting out of the way meant yet, but what he did was provide evidence that it was possible. And it was at that event, and that was the end of August of last year, that I said to my friend, I'm going to heal my body naturally, or I'm going to die trying. And after that, I signed up for the next available Dr. Joe event, and it's kind of been full speed ahead ever since. And it really is, as Robby said, like, this isn't about me. Of course, I want to heal my body, but I believe that we're so much more powerful than we've been taught, and that we have been conditioned to be small. And we've been conditioned to think that we need something or someone outside of ourselves to heal and to live. And that is just not true. We have everything we need in us and around us to thrive and to be healthy and to heal. And we just have to learn how to get out of the way. And that's really what this work is about for me, is learning how to tune into my body, learning how much, all the lies that I've told myself over all of these years has essentially resulted in the development of disease in my body. And it takes time to grow cancer. It takes time to heal it. After Nashville, I think when I started the Dr. Joe work in December, in December, I was definitely in the place where I'm not worthy. I was a Healy in December and at Nashville. And that experience was incredibly humbling, to have a room of 1,800 people applauding you. That was nothing I had ever felt before. And it literally brought me to my knees, just the amount of love. And I think I went into that experience and into that retreat with so much fear, but so much self-hate. And you can't heal your body if you hate yourself. I know that, and I've come a long way in a short time. But when I got back from Nashville, which, like I said, was just incredible and refueling, and just recommitted myself to this work in a way that I was not committed to it before. I did it every day, but I definitely went through a period in March, early March and February, where I was just kind of doing it to check a box rather than really knowing why, remembering that this is not just about me. This is about helping people that don't have another choice, or have tried everything and have failed, or don't like the options they've been given. Or for me, like, I don't want any more surgery. I've had so many surgeries. I have so many scars on my abdomen. I'm tired of being cut open, and I don't want that anymore. And I forgot that until Nashville, and I was really reminded of it. And it felt so good. It was just such an incredible event. If you were there, then it was just amazing. And right after the event, last Tuesday, I had my first scans since January, but I was not expecting the results that I got. The tumor in my liver has nearly doubled in size, and they also have found 2 additional tumors now in my lungs. So it has gotten bigger and spread, which, if I'm being, just practical about it, the option of going another way is now off the table. I can't even consider another option anymore, because I can't knock out my immune system with one tumor, because the other ones will get worse. So that's okay, because of this community, I wouldn't have been able to receive that information or that news the way that I have. And I'm so grateful for Jill and for Robby and for all of you, because when I got that news that, that it's gotten worse and not better at that point, I freaked out a little bit, and I called Jill and I was like, am I fucking crazy? Pardon my language. That's, it's what it feels like. And like, am I crazy to think that I can do what I'm doing? And she talked me off the ledge, and she reminded me that this is not linear. This is not a journey from, one point to the next. It has many ups and downs, and going backwards and going forwards and going in circles. And that's part of it, because we have to go through. I love that example that Dr. Joe does at the retreats with the tree, and you have to go through all the different layers, and sometimes you go up and down and then all around, and it's just, that's what this journey is. And because of this community, I'm reminded of that, and I'm refueled. And I will tell you that my 3D body is not telling you how I feel, but I feel amazing. And since sharing my story with Robby and with all of you, something has changed. I can feel it. I know it. Something has changed. I'm telling you right now, I'm healed, and I don't have the evidence of it, but I know it in the deepest part of my heart that next time I have scans, it's going to be different. And I just know it. I just do. And for all of you that are on a journey, we're all come to this work because we're on a journey to heal something or change something in our lives. And for whatever you're going through, it's possible. Like, it's just possible. And lean on this community because we need each other. We need each other so much. This is how we change the world. We change the world because we support each other. And I can't do this without you. I can't. And Lauren, I love you. You keep pointing me back for my moment, but I know that this is not about me. I want to help people. I want to help encourage people, inspire people that we can do anything. We can do anything, whatever it is. We can be anyone. We can do anything. We just have to believe it and connect to it and never forget it. And that's daily practice. And that's why we're here. We wouldn't be here if we didn't believe that. So my gratitude is to each of you, because you are the reason I make it. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here to support me and all of the love. I just tell you, I can feel it. I can feel it so much. So it means so much to me. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Whew. Breanne, you are a superhero. Seriously. You're so inspiring to so many people for so many reasons, and everything you just said was the realest thing I've ever heard in my life. Seriously. I don't have words right now. Trying to absorb your bravery because it's one of a kind, and you're starting something right now that you don't, you do know. I think you do know the power of what you're doing right now. And it's just incredible to hear the truth and the trust within your voice of what you're speaking of. Like you mentioned the thing with Jill, like Jill mentioned, like, and I think actually Lala mentioned something about your avatar, it's catching up, it's catching up to what you're doing. I was going to mention something, huge shout out to Jill, because that was so beautiful, because you mentioned that to me before. But it's also like, I think of the when Dr. Joe talks about the loaf of bread that fell, the processes are all the same. Like, there's no difference of the process of what you're doing and what he's doing. It's just trusting the process of what you're doing. It's the same thing. And yeah, and I'm just gonna, there's a whole bunch of comments real quick. I'm just gonna read them. But yeah, if anybody wants to say anything, just raise your, do the raise your hand emoji, and then, feel free, any questions. But I honestly, I feel so blessed, and that you wanted to do this. It's not, you're going to help so many other people just from that, from whether it's a stomach problem or depression or whatever. It's just the intent and what you're saying, and you're creating a template for people of trust and belief. So thank you so much. You could hear it, you could feel it, man. Feel that? That's energy, man. Woo. Oh my God. Lauren.
Before I ask my question, can you just read Daniela's comment, and could we go there first?
I'm scrolling up. Hold on one second. Daniela. Love you, Breanne. 3D is catching up. That one?
No, there's a lot more.
And you don't need to read it aloud.
Oh, don't read it aloud. Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Don't read it aloud. Okay, hold on.
833.
833.
That's my number. Well, 33 is my number.
Oh, there you go. Of course it is. And the treat can all unmute and say, Okay. So on the count of, I think I'm reading it because there's
Yeah, that's it.
okay. So on the count of 3, we're all gonna unmute and say we love you. Is that? No?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
why don't you just say it? What am I doing here?
Love you,
Okay, let's do
We
it.
love you,
We're gonna do it on the count of 3. Ready?
Love
1, 2, 3. We love you.
Love you, baby.
Love you.
Love you.
Let's go. Let's
you.
fucking go.
Love you.
Yeah,
Just say-
So was that
Love
kind of
you.
like what you were saying? Thank you, Daniela, for, I think I got sort of what you said. And thank you, Lauren, for pointing that out.
That was beautiful.
That
So
was
I have
beautiful.
2 questions for you. Well, one is a comment that you are one of the most articulate people that I've heard speak just in general, and then on this stuff, I see you. This is definitely your calling. I mean, you can, it's like packaged for you. So I see you up on stage traveling the world, like, whoa. And then just a practical, I'm curious, you mentioned in the chat the other day that your numbers for your liver and kidney came back really good. And is that like something that is, do you believe that shows, oh yeah, I'm definitely healing, but there's evidence of it? Like, what does that mean in terms of 3D?
Yeah, so thank you. I didn't mention that. So my blood work, I got pre and post blood work, both in December and in after Nashville. In December, I saw improvement immediately in my tumor markers and in my blood work from my pre and post blood work. In December, my tumor markers went down 30% in 1 week, which is huge. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it took, my numbers initially had taken 6 months to climb 30%. So the fact that they went down 30% in 1 week is massive. This time I saw no change in my tumor markers. My tumor markers are at the highest they've been. My tumor markers are always relatively low. I get what's called a CEA, it's carcinogenic embryonic antigen test, and it's a test for just cancer cells in your body for certain types of cancer. It's not the same for every type of cancer, but they do use it for the type of cancer that I have. And it's right now it's at 10, which doesn't sound like a big number, but it's the highest mine's ever been. So that did not change, but my kidney function and my liver function particularly had been skyrocketing over the last several months. It just been climbing and climbing and climbing. And I forget that particular blood test. It's a word I can't pronounce. But that number dropped 60 points before and after, which is huge. It hasn't dropped that far. It's still high, but it's not nearly as high as it was. And then my kidney function, it's just way better, which I forget the number of points that's measured as an increase. And so it increased significantly. So, and I don't have the exact numbers on those, but I did see positive results there. So I am looking at that. And I do even look at the fact that my tumor markers didn't go up as proof as well, because I don't know when this growth happened, and I don't know specifically when the spread happened, because my last scans were in January. So this change could have happened in that month of March when I wasn't as committed to the work, when I kind of got into that lull because I really wasn't in a solid community at that point. And so all of those changes and those increases in that they're now seeing could have happened at that time. I don't know. But yeah,
Sorry, really quick. If you're not muted, just mute yourself if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Sorry.
all good. Thanks, Robby. So yes, to answer your question, I certainly look at as positive evidence, and just the way that I feel. I feel amazing. I've never loved myself this much. I've never felt this good. So I don't really care what the doctors say because I feel great. So
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
And Breanne, when I met you online at the food truck, like when you told me your story, I'm like, what? He does not look sick at all. Like your eyes were just glistening. So it's beautiful.
that's in Nashville. I don't know, Robby, is the purple group the cancer group? Is that on purpose?
No, so well, they're not necessarily. So yellow and purple were designated for the, from what I remember, yeah. I believe a lot of people that had cancer.
Yeah, so I was purple and I have never picked my group. I've always just been assigned a group. And in Nashville, I did not sign up to be a Healy, but they made me a Healy anyway, which I think is
Yeah, that's, you know what, sorry. Finish your thought, then I'll comment on that after.
So I don't know, but every single person that I met in Nashville was either a musician or was battling cancer. And when I told them my story, which I haven't really told a lot of people because I didn't want to embody that identity.
Yeah.
It's become very clear that I'm supposed to share my story. So anyway, everyone that I met was battling cancer in some way. Every time I sat next to someone, it was someone that was fighting cancer. And I just feel like I've been guided to these people because they need hope. And, it's just, there's so many, not even outside of Dr. Joe events, there's so many things that have been brought to me, people that have been brought into my realm of awareness that are going through something similar, that look like they're struggling, that look like they're dying. And then they meet me and they know that I'm dealing with the same thing and I don't look like them. And it's not about what we look like, but for me, what it's about is that we've been told cancer looks a certain way and it doesn't. It doesn't. And I think when we hear the word cancer and we hear metastasis, that's what they tell me I have. That's the word they use. And we hear those words and we're terrified of them. And we immediately internalize that fear. And then what happens? Our body responds to it and we take on that spell, that hex, if you will. And then we take on all of the symptoms that come along with it. So losing the hair, losing weight, becoming frail, becoming whatever it is. And I refuse to let that word be charged for me. I refuse to be affected by the word metastasis, and I refuse to be affected by the word cancer, because it like anything, like any challenge that we meet in life, it is an opportunity to become more self-aware and understand, okay, how do I need to change? And that's what I'm doing, is approaching this as like, what in my body created this? What do I have to change so that I can heal it? My body knows how to heal. I just got to get out of the way. So
you're so true to yourself. It's so great hearing everything.
You look amazing. I love your I love how you.
We're gonna, Gita. Sorry.
Can I ask a question?
No, we're gonna raise our hands, as I mentioned.
Oh, sorry. Let me.
All right. So, really quick, Josh, give me 1 second, because just because the truth within yourself, which is, it reminds me, I don't know if everybody, if anybody remembers, this happened in Niagara, and I don't remember if it was in Becoming Supernatural, but there was someone who cured themselves of cancer, but then they got cancer back. But it was the truth that they knew within themselves, because they knew what they stopped doing, or she knew, not they. She knew what she was. I don't know if this story sounds familiar to everybody, but then she cured herself of cancer again. So the honesty that you have within yourself of when you're going through the process is you're not giving yourself a break, because how you mentioned where you stop meditating for a little bit and you understand that might have been the setback that you gave yourself, and that you're learning from that and you're growing from that. You're being real with yourself. And yeah, it's just really, really, really powerful. So it reminds me of that story that Dr. Joe shared. I don't know if anybody remembers that. And that was it, I think, if I think of anything. But hey, Josh, what's up, brother?
Hey, Breanne, I'm so glad that I ran into you in Nashville, and I didn't, I didn't know your story, and just knowing you, you're so brilliant, and God, I was crying like the whole time that you've been talking. I love your passion about how it's not about me. It's not about, it's that and that passion that that you want to heal, and that you want to, if like you're going to be the experiment, you're going to do it. If not me, then who? And that's, I feel that in another area of healing in my life, but that was that experimental process of taking those steps, of burning the ships, of I'm going all in on this, and to be that example, and to walk that path is just absolutely beautiful, and it touches me. And one thing I know, when I met you, the one thing that inspired me is that you're having so much fun. You're having so much fun, and it gets to the point where the healing doesn't matter anymore. I'm having more fun, and that just becomes a secondary, that becomes a byproduct of it. And you emulate that, and you emulate this work, and I'm just so happy for you. And right now, this moment, it is about you, and I want you to know I love you so much. I'm so grateful.
I love you too. I'm so grateful for you too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Josh, thank you, man. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. This moment is all about you. This is just, it's wonderful. And us. Okay, Cheetah.
Yeah, I am obvious, I'm definitely thank you for bringing this to this group and coordinating and sharing this story. I'm extremely inspired. It sounds so much more real as I struggle through, my stuff. And I'm kind of curious to understand, how do you walk this journey and how can we support you? Do you meditate? Do you heal other people? Are you part of the groups? How can we send you love?
Thank you. That's a beautiful question. Doing what you're doing. I mean, you're showing up here. This is incredible. I've never spoken to 43 people at once. It's awesome. So that just this community is just so overflowing with love. I've never been a community person. I've always been a loner, kind of independent, fly my own. And I'm in love. Like, I'm in love with what's happening in my life. Like Josh said, I am having so much fun. And that it really took going to the second event. It took going to Nashville for that to click, and meeting all of you guys and understanding like meeting Cheryl and getting to know Jill more and getting to know Robby and like so many musicians. And I'm a musician in the making. It's like I'm having a blast doing all these things that I always wanted to do, that I always told myself I couldn't do. And so for what I need from you, just continue showing up and doing the work. That's what I need. Do the work for yourself and believe in yourself, because I do think that we are changing the world. We are changing consciousness, and it takes all of us to continue to do the work for it to happen. We need a global consciousness shift, and that means all of us have to show up for ourselves and prove to ourselves that we have that power within us. So show up for me by showing up for you. And specifically, how do I walk through this work? I have figured out that person I want to be. I have figured out that feeling. I have found it. I have connected to it, and I connect to it every day. And that is new. That is something new. It's really been, honestly, since Nashville that I figured out, oh, that's it. And I found it, and I find it, and I find it, and I find it again, and I figure out when I'm not there. And even just before this call, like, I sat down and I connected to that, because I want to make sure that I'm coming and showing up as that person every single day. It's taken me all of my life to be here right now. And I've always wanted to do something bigger, but I've always settled for something small because I didn't believe in myself and I didn't think I was good enough, or I didn't have enough information or whatever. There's always a reason why I couldn't do something. There's always an excuse. I don't want to be that person anymore. So now I found the person I do want to be, and I connect to her, connect to that energy as much as I have to.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Woo! Gita, thank you for that amazing question.
Great question.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, and
Thank you.
Jackson, quiet, Jackson. Sorry, my dog's barking. Just a aside, yeah, seriously, that was what you just said was let's fucking go in a sentence. And you are not the same person who I met in Nashville. Jesus Christ, you are out. Like real power. Thor, give me 1 second. So anybody else, so just again, everything you're saying is just it relates to this community. Anybody, like the whole community person thing. I love people, but I always wanted to be alone. I always wanted to be alone. I went to restaurants by myself. I went to movies by myself. It was the energy and how you just said you were a person who wants to be alone, but now we're part of a community. It's so different. I mean, who else was like that? And I feel like all of us were like that. We were all individuals. It's not like it's one person said something and we're following it in this big group. We've all thought a certain way, like as individuals, our life, and we just happen to have run into each other is the way that I see it. And it isn't an accident. We are all very similar in so many ways. And Thor, you can attest to that too. So I guess I'll hand it to you after right now off that. And thanks again, Gita, for the great question. Thor, you're up. You got it? Okay.
Yep. Breanne, I love you. And
Hi, Jim.
in Nashville, I just loved our connection. And after the first healing, when we saw each other, we both knew that we were healed. And that's the knowingness that we have within us. And I love so much of what you've said. And I see the glow in you right now. You look different than Nashville already. And this work is not linear, like people are saying. And, a year ago, I got an MRI and I had new lesions in my brain. And I'm just scheduling another MRI, and I know that they're not going to be there. And if they are, it doesn't matter because it's not what it used to mean. And we are not a diagnosis. We are not what the doctors tell us we are. And we're not the problem. We are the solution to the problems.
Exactly.
And I love every time we talked in Nashville and the power that you have and your determination. And that's what it takes. It's that consciousness within us. We know we have it. And what I really like about what you're saying is finding your joy and your love. And did you have that before? Because if you didn't, you're teaching your body what joy is, instead of what pain is, instead of what, for me, the old habits that I've had were not fun. They weren't fun habits. So I wasn't teaching my body fun. I wasn't teaching my body love and enjoyment, and so for you to step into that and just the way you resonate with loving your life right now is huge. And that, I think there's so much healing in that. And that's part of the work, is getting your fishbowl, getting your environment to sustain your energy. And, you've raised your energy and you're changing your energy. My God, you've only been doing this work since December. That's amazing. I've been doing it for 4 years and I'm just now learning, it happens the way it happens, but I just applaud you and I'm thankful for you. And I just love our connection and keep on going. You're doing great. You're just doing great.
Thanks, Jim. I love you so much. You are so much inspiration to me. You don't even know. When I need to pull love into my awareness, you are what comes into my mind. So thank you. You mean so much to me. So I appreciate that.
Amen. Right back at you.
All right, Thor, thank you for that. And again, shout out to Thor for just having an amazing weekend and everything you just said. The reason why you had an amazing weekend is because of everything you just said. So good shit, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, Johnny and Panda.
It's 555 over here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, there's my cat's tail. Just so grateful to thank you, Jim and Robby and Josh and Breanne, thank you so much, everybody, for being here on this magical, very magical night. 2023. Breanne, I'm so amazed and filled with wonder and just bliss and feeling amazing for your courage and bravery to really stand up strong in the face of adversity. Your courage to really just be who you are and share yourself resonates a lot with me. I've had my own health issues and I've gone through we've all gone through it. That's the thing. We've all gone through this pain, and it's all a collective pain that we all have in one way or another. And the more we can bring light to that pain that we're all sharing, the more we can really start to shift the consciousness of the planet from the dark into the light. And as we share light, which is we can heal ourselves, we are the creators of this world. As we share that light, the darkness gets dimmer. And all it takes is one candle to light the room. And when I talked to you in Nashville, I mean, right off, we were laughing about the vegan joke I told you. Because I'm a recovering vegan, that's me.
A recovering vegan.
And so instantly just meeting you, Breanne, and laughing with you. And then I think I saw you at the end of a walking meditation and you were tearing up. I was tearing up. So we shared a hug, and it was just, that's the level of healing that I see in this community within, especially as we all start meeting up more, knowing most of you from Nashville. And being there with Panda, of course, so everybody was interacting with each other. So the community within the community was just strong, and we were all connected. And so nice to be here with Jill and Noah as well, who I spent a lot of time with. Everybody, Jim, Josh, just so grateful to be with all of you and to see you last night, Michael and Murad and Cheryl and Alexandria. Casey, woo! What a team. So thanks, Breanne, and thank you everybody for being you, because that one conversation can change the world. That one conversation we have with each other, can really change our whole life and shift the whole consciousness. So I love you all.
Yeah, love you.
Thank you so much.
You just changed the world with what you just said. Seriously. Thank you, Travis. Or sorry, Johnny and Panda.
Travis, Agent Johnny Red. It's all right. Yeah.
Let's go. I love that we've been able to spend some time in the last couple of weeks. It's been awesome. Really quick, Mary Claire, then Cheryl. But before I just I'm trying to go through the comments. We'll go through them in a little bit. But Josh wrote, "We are the medicine," which reminded me of something, Breanne, that you mentioned to me. And Gita asked for ways that you can help. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but something of what you're doing. You created a T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm actually starting a company. So because of all of this, but I'm making a T-shirt that I want to sell to help raise money for more Dr. Joe events. We know we do the work every day, but something magical happens at those events, and it's just amplifies everything. So I'm hoping to make it to 2 more this year, but I'm in the process. I need a graphic designer. If anybody knows a graphic designer, if they know someone that does a graphic designer that does Dr. Joe work, that would be great. That's where I'm stuck with it, but I've already talked with a T-shirt company that can do the printing. They recycle not old clothing into recycled cotton, and also they recycle plastic bottles and turn it into thread. And so the brand is called Recover Brands, which I was like, that's perfect. So I just need a graphic designer. I have some concepts, but the primary shirt is going to say meditation is medication. And it was originally going to be meditation over medication. And then Lauren shared some very beautiful wisdom with me, and not just to me really encompasses what this is. meditation is medication. I love that meditation and medication are only one letter difference, the T and the C, and I am going to do some deep dive into those two words and figure out why they're only one letter different.
So really quick, Cheryl Page is on here. I guarantee she knows why. If not, then I'll keep moving.
I love you, Breanne. I'll help you do that deep dive.
Let's do it.
She is the Wizard of Words.
So yeah, so I'm working on getting that shirt. If you have a graphic designer in mind, let me know. My hope is to have them ready to go by our Summer of Love event in Maine. And then I'm also working on launching the larger company. The company name is called Inner Wisdom. And it's going to be, we have 3 seconds to interact with someone when we see them on the street. And how can we raise the consciousness of people in 3 seconds? Wear an insightful t-shirt with something that's going to make them think. So that's what I'm doing. And meditation is medication is design number 1. Right now it will be used to help me raise money for future Dr. Joe events, but eventually I want to shift that income potential into raising money for the Give to Gift Foundation. So that's my long-term thinking with it. But as soon as I have a design concept, then I will share it with y'all. So thank you.
Fucking let's go. How do you get shit done? By getting shit done. That's what you're doing. God damn it. So reach out to me about the designer stuff. You work with who you want to work comfortable with. I know a couple people, and I'm sure there's people within this community as well. But just like she just mentioned, though, Summer of Love in Maine, we're gonna have that event again. You guys, if you're available June 15th to the 17th, you have to come to this. I'm gonna start messaging every one of you individually about this. So don't worry, you're gonna know everything about it. Got the email address, we got the tickets. We got everything going. I don't want to talk about that now, but she just mentioned, so Breanne's she's gonna have her shirts there too. All right. So there's another reason why you got to be here. It's the beginning of the Summer of Love, and it's the rest of our lives. It's everything that Breanne is speaking is what we're bringing to this event. This is everything. This is life. This is the beginning of the rest of our lives. This is what it's all about, this community. So thank you. All right. So next, there's a lot of comments. I'm gonna have to cut and paste them, maybe, I don't know. But Mary Claire, so I did see your comment about the avatar. Do you want me to talk about that first and then you talk, or is that what you have to say, or you want to just go? Sorry.
Yeah, but I was going to say something different than that. I thought the avatar comment just kind of got lost in the.
Yeah, I'll share it when you're done. Then I'll say something about it or intertwine it in the conversation.
Okay, so we'll go from t-shirts to back to some deep stuff. So I just saying that, like, this call is amazing, and Johnny Red, like what you said, I mean, I could just feel my whole body just vibrating. I don't know if other people are feeling that, but if there's just such a great resonance. But Breanne, you're so beautiful. But one of the things you said that was so piercing was just talking. I know we're all mirrors for one another. And you're talking about how we play it small. And I think we all can relate to that, like where we felt, even the dreams that we had as a child, we just let people, talk us out of it, or we talk ourselves out of it, and we stop believing in ourselves. And I'm just, maybe this is too personal, but, and I know you said something about, you're a musician in the making, but besides that, I mean, what, may I ask, like, outside of, everything else, what is it that you feel is rising in you that you had previously pushed down, that you need, that is beginning to see the light?
Great question.
Yeah, no, that's just, I'm a writer by training, but music is the answer to that question. It's the very first thing I ever wanted to do when I was very little. I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and my sisters and I were in my grandfather's kitchen, and one of my sisters was standing on his kitchen table dancing around and singing. And my other sister, my oldest sister, who's 4 years older than me, looked at our middle sister and said, if you keep singing like that, you're going to grow up and be a singer. And my first thought was, I want to grow up and be a singer. And my second thought was, that's not safe. And it was because of the way I interpreted her tone of voice, that singing and sharing my voice would not be a safe thing to do. And so for my whole life, I was terrified of it. I never sang in front of anyone. I never shared the poetry that I write, and that a lot of times are lyrics to songs. And on 11/11 last year, a friend of mine shared a song with me, and it reminded me of something. It reminded me of Nako Bear, who is one of my, I love Nako Bear. He's amazing. And so I, instead of listening to the song she sent me, I started listening to Nako Bear, and or Nako Bear. I don't know how you say it, but anyway. I immediately just burst into tears, like hysterically sobbing, like tears that had been stuffed down inside of me for years and years and years, that I couldn't stop crying. And I had no idea why I was crying. But what I knew in that moment, that I was releasing this sadness, this belief that I had told myself all of my life, that it wasn't safe to sing and that I couldn't sing. And it was just this deep, deep sadness that I was feeling, that I had denied something I wanted so much for so long. And the next day, so I was doing hypnotherapy alongside Dr. Joe's work back at the end of last year. And the next day I was talking to my hypnotherapist, and I was telling him about that experience. And the very next morning, he sent me an email. He's like, interestingly, I received this email as an invitation to a singing retreat that was in March. And I looked at the flyer, and the woman that's hosting it, her email address was her name and then 333. And 333 and 33 is big time my number. It shows up in a lot of places for me. And so I knew immediately that I was supposed to be there. And so long story short, I took a risk, and I went to this event, and it was amazing. And I sang a song that I wrote in front of people for the first time ever, which was terrifying. But now I'm taking singing lessons and learning how to play my music on guitar. And that is bringing me so much joy. And that, and just sharing my story and speaking my truth, like that's really, that's what's happening. And I'm not scared anymore. I'm like, I don't listen to that fear anymore, or, I'm telling myself not to listen to that fear anymore. And that's what it is. And I don't care what happens, I'm having fun. It doesn't matter.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for asking that question. So, Breanne, I'm going to put you on the spot now. If you had a platform to sing in Maine, would you like to do that?
I'll practice.
We'll talk
Sure.
about it on the side. Just know that's there. That would be pretty cool. That'd be really, really cool.
I'll bring my guitar.
Okay, or whatever. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about it. But that just kind of, I feel like that conversation brought that up. So I wanted to make sure I said it out loud.
Cool.
Mary, thank you so much for that really great question. Cheryl, and then Michael, Cheryl Hockersmith, and then Michael, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that I just talk about, I mentioned something about Avatar and what Lala said. I just wanted to explain it, I guess, what I meant by that, because Breanne, and Breanne, just stop me or correct me if I'm off at all. So she just basically said, like, when she got home, her physical body got the results she wasn't expecting, but mentally she got beyond the results that she was expecting. But she, like she said that when she talked to Jill, when she said to not, quote unquote, walk her off the ledge, but was asking around and everything. And what everybody was saying in response, it's crazy. I said it, Lala said it, Jill said it. I think I overread a couple other people saying it's that the body, it takes time for the body to catch up to what your mind's doing. So and it reminded me, so just keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. And I have a health and wellness business, and it reminded me a lot of, on a smaller scale, way smaller scale, but my clients would always look at their weight. And I'm like, why? I'm like, how do you feel? Like, like after 2 months, I'd be like, my weight's not down. My weight's not down. It's like, but how do you feel? Like, look at your belt loop. Your belt loop's 3 sizes smaller. It's like, you're looking at the wrong thing. You're just paying attention to the wrong thing. So that's kind of what I meant with the Avatar comment. It's the body is not the result of all the hard work you do right away. it takes time to catch up. So, and that's something that I think you kind of picked up on ASAP. So really cool. So that's does that explain it at all, Mary Claire? All right, cool. Cool. All right, Cheryl, Hockersmith.
Okay. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say I'm an official graphic artist, but I used to work in television and I used to create logos and different things like that. So I could help out with the t-shirts and stuff if you want help. But if you want to look for someone else, it doesn't hurt my feelings.
We know how to get shit done.
Shit done. Let's go.
So what I was going to say, so hearing your story was just wonderful, Breanne, and you're talking about getting in front of people and talking and how that was just helping you. And when I spoke in Nashville, I didn't realize how much of an impact that would really have on me sharing my story with people, and how inspired so many people felt by just hearing my story. And so many people, even though it's just 42 people or whatever that are here, these people are inspired, and that'll inspire them, and it'll inspire, it spreads. And so, and that's what we want. And you're on the right track. You know, I had like instant healing at my first event, but yes, I admit I was not 100% healed. I'm still working on things. And I think I even had told Jim this, that if I had gotten all my healing all at once at that first event, I probably would not have continued doing this work. And I know there's a lot of shit I need to work on, and I've been working on it. And I've been thinking, you know, it's not the destination, it's the journey. You know, it's like we're looking for that healing. What's it going to take to get healed and everything? And it's not, it does, after a while, it doesn't become about the healing. You know, I was like, I've still got this one pain that I'm dealing with. And I'm like, you know what? I really don't care. As long as I'm feeling this happiness and this joy and everything inside of me, I could care less about that pain. It's just like, I love this feeling. And so you are on the right track, and it'll be a side effect. Your healing will be a side effect, really, of all this work that you're doing. And then just, you're going to be feeling great. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, it's gone. And so I just wanted those words of encouragement that you're definitely on the right track, and you are inspiration to others to continue on this journey.
Thank you so much. You inspired me as well. So I from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for all. Yeah, thank you for jumping on stage, and thank you for those words. Huge inspiration. And yeah, and on the word of inspiration, there's so many people in this room that, you know, that are in this room that haven't said anything, that you're inspiring. I know that for a fact. And whether they're going through what you're going through or just something else. So again, both of you, thank you very much for just doing what you're doing. All right, Michael Hubley, the motherfucking man.
I'm so inspired, as I know we all are, in the journey and the joy and the how you're lifting your spirit up, and it's very inspiring. And so I'm learning a lot here as you speak. I have a question, and I think you talk about the connection in your meditation that's become so important. Can you expand on that for me, please?
Yeah, I'll try. It's kind of new, if I'm honest. So it's the way that I know that I'll feel when I know that I'm healed, when I have that evidence, and when I am doing and being the person that I want to be. I have for a long time wanted to help people in a large way. After my first diagnosis, with the success I had in healing my body, then I knew that I wasn't done with the work, because I knew I hadn't done the emotional healing. But I also knew that the path I took 4 years ago was not conventional, and not many people would be inspired by it. But I didn't know how to hold on to that inspiration. I shrunk back down and talked myself out of thinking that what I had done was meaningful. And so now I know how that person feels. I know she has confidence. I know she doesn't doubt herself. I know that she is here to help others, and that helping others inspires her and inspires me. And so when I think about that, a feeling rises in me. I think about a person that embodies that energy and who inspires me, and then that makes that stronger in me. And I've identified that feeling. And so when I go into meditation, especially walking meditations are a massive part of my practice. Try to do them every day. That's what I'm pulling in, and that's who I'm being with my eyes open. And the more I do it, it stays longer. And so that I hope that answers your question. If not, I can try to elaborate more, but that's really what it is.
Well, I think it's, we all try to find that connection, right, in our meditation. And you mentioned that sometimes you work on it and you don't let it go anymore. You work on making that connection.
Yeah.
And, so is it like, how do you get to that point? Like what's you say walking meditation is the best way to connect at that spot?
Yeah, that really helps. I think just sitting and then just like kind of searching for it and waiting until it's kind of like trying to find one of your energy centers. For me, I have to search around. For some of them, I can't feel them yet. But I have to search around, and then I'm like, oh, there it is. It's kind of when Dr. Joe says, find it, feel it, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm finding it, and then I feel it, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Okay, that's the one. I'll hold on to it. And holding on to it is the practice of my focus, because focus sometimes is great and sometimes it's not, right? It's sometimes you have a great meditation and sometimes it's not such a great meditation, but I think it's just the repetition of reminding myself what it feels like, so that if I do lose it, I can find it again. And it really is, it's that repetition and making that neural network stronger. And every time I do it, and like I said, this is really new. This is really new for me, is like finding that feeling. But every time I do it, it gets stronger, and then it sticks with me longer. And I'm waking up feeling it now. Josh said something in our book study on Wednesday about just getting out of bed and being happy, and not like he was excited for his day and he doesn't pay attention to the circumstances or the surroundings. And I've started doing that. I live by myself, and normally I wake up and I'm kind of grumpy and I don't want to get up, and but I know that that's me having to overcome it. And so I think about him when I wake up, and I'm like, well, what does Josh do? He gets excited. And so I'm just getting out of bed and I'm like, hell yeah, it's time for a new day. And I might not actually feel that way, but I know if I keep practicing that, that's eventually going to be what I feel like when I wake up naturally. And so that's really what it is. It's just finding that feeling and holding on to it over and over and over again.
Well, you say it's just recent.
It is. Yeah, it's within the last week, I would say. It just, because I honestly, it was like I was given a choice when I got my scan results on Tuesday. Or my appointment was Tuesday, and I got my scan results on Wednesday. And it was like I was given a choice that I could go down the path of, oh shit, this is not working. Or I can say, okay, it's time to dig in and work harder. And I made the choice to dig in and work harder. And by doing that, it's like the divine responded. Dr. Joe says, the divine always meets you, always matches your effort. So I think about like, okay, how much effort am I giving? Because I know if I'm giving 100%, or if much as I know is 100%, then the divine is going to give 100%, and that's double, right? And so it's something happened on that day. I made a decision that I was going to try harder, and that I wasn't going to let those 3D results just make me sad and scare me and make me doubt this path. I didn't want to make that choice, because I know what that choice ends in, and I don't want to die, quite frankly, So that's when something shifted. And then like, I made the choice to share that with Robby and then share it with the group. And the last 4 days have just been like, I'm in this vortex of energy and I'm just going. I'm just going.
I so applaud you for that energy putting with the divine connection.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, so Sonia and then Heidi, give me 2 seconds. Just a couple things you said about Dr. Joe, remembering what he said. It's when you're putting in that work, demand what you deserve. You said something like that. He said something like that in Niagara to me, and that changed my life. You're putting in that work, and then also feeling it. You're never going to forget the memory, but the feeling has a dream state memory to it where it fades fast. So it's so important to never forget that feeling of what you're talking about. How do you not forget it? By continually doing it, just like you said you're doing. Because you won't, the moments never disappear. They can fade, if
I wanted to switch because I wanted to respond and I was muted. The divine connection. I just wanted to say how beautiful that is and how meaningful that is to me. Thank you. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thanks, Mike. So yeah, and then yeah, so the feeling. So thank you for saying that, because it's so important, because you might not match the moment with the feeling, and understanding it's two parts to that. It's the memory of it and then the vibration of it. But you can't forget the vibration of it. And just a really quick shout out on inspiration. My walking meditation partner Carolyn Ingram's in here, and I know that you're very much inspiring her with your story, and she wanted to make sure she was here. So I just want to give Carolyn a huge shout out. She made huge leaps. I was walking her in a wheelchair on the last day. She walked me in the wheelchair. She put me in the wheelchair on the last day. So just want to say hello, and I'm happy you're here. Okay, so Sonia, you're up.
Hi.
Hello.
It's beautiful to listen to you, Breanne. And it's so amazing because what you were saying, when you were sharing that you'd prefer often to be alone and not in front of everyone and 50 people, and you're on my big screen here and it's just your face. And I'm there, yeah, and I'm there, how beautiful. The universe has well, we are it, and it has such a way to bring us into lessons that we need to learn. And that's the path that you took, this one here. And you might say like, oh, it's an odd one, but look where you are, and it's amazing. And I think that you're really onto something, because sense of humor, being light, it's so important. And don't look too much for it. It's not a work. It's not, oh, I've got to do this way because I did it like that the other way. It's just surrendering and just being in that place of, it's just perfect right now. Everything is just perfect. And then you blend with it, you fuse with it, because it's always around us. It's us. It's what we are. It's just that sometimes we're out of conscious. It comes back to us, but have fun with it. When I sit down on my meditations, I have an intention, but it's not like, oh, this is it, because often that intention, it's my 3D. And my higher self has such a bigger plan for me. So I don't want to have this, and then it has to say like, okay, that's what she wants. We'll just give her that. Yeah. No. So yeah. Take it with lightness, and the more you touch into that feeling, the more that you just sit down and it's there. And it's not always when you're meditating. It's now when you walk around and it's like, and you can feel it. You can meet people and you merge with them, and it's, yeah, we're just having fun here on this journey of forgetting and remembering. So
Exactly. I love that.
love you. You're beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia. That was beautiful. Heidi, Karam, you had your hand up before. Now I see it's down. I just want to make sure if you had something to say, I want to make sure we can talk.
Hi. For my car to say this now. I had to run to a dinner now. Breanne. And first of all, Robby, thank you so much for having me. This has just been amazing. So fun. I saw a YouTube video, Jim, today, and I was like, Jim, yes. And then here he was today on the call. So I'm just like, amazing. Breanne, you look phenomenal. Like, you're so beautiful. You're so radiant. Your energy and everything is just 10 out of 10 on any program, you know? And the way you speak, the way you look, and how you're acting, and who you are embodying, who you are, is a healed young woman. So I am just so inspired by you. And I just want you to know that, like, you did it. And divine is just catching up, like the others said so beautifully. And I was like, the divine is just catching up. You are healed to me the way you're speaking. So just keep having grace for yourself. And you're doing it. You did it. So God bless you. And you guys are just all so wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad I went back to you, Heidi. Woo! Lit me up like a light bulb right there. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to go through some comments really quick because we have like 55 of them. So give me 2 seconds.
One more. Do you want to do comments now, or there's one more question?
Oh, thank you. Jita, you have one more question. How are you? Are you still there?
Oh, yeah. Just wanted to make a request for her to read the comments. There's so much beauty and love for you over there. Once the meeting ends, you might lose it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to
So-
take care of that. I'm on top of that.
Thank you, sir.
Got it.
Because she needs to feel that love. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jita. I'm actually about to read some of them right now. Perfect timing.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'm right now. It's KCD. Okay. So Josh, blossom like a badass. Cheryl, I was totally like that. Okay, I'm going to read things that are relevant. Josh, again, we are the medicine. Joe, you look so different. Oh, Jim, sorry, that was the Jim. Sonia, it's not what it used to be. Very powerful. So much strength. Okay, one conversation can change the world indeed. That's Cindy too. Noah and Jill, Johnny Red said it like it is. Love you, brother. Let's see. Thanks, Noah and Jill and everybody. That's from Johnny and Panda. From Joe, get shit done. Get shit done. From Joe Busceni. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. Jamila, any dates on San Francisco? We'll talk about that yet. Joe, get shit done. Shannon, FYI, the symbol is right below the chat box. The 3 dots is how you save the chat. Oh, thank you. I did. Yeah, thank you very much. Kathy, your music will help healing you. You are creating a version of a new you. You go, girl. And that's a fact. Music, and that's something I was going to say earlier, Travis or Johnny Red. It's dancing and music. We're releasing the vibration. It's getting it out. It feels so damn good when we do this. From Kevin, sometimes the body wants to make sure you don't want to return to the old self by reminding you of what that is. One last test before the real change. Maybe its spreading was your test that you truly are something different. Kevin, that was huge. Thank you, man. That was awesome. From Joe again, I've shared your story from Nashville, Cheryl. Thank you. Oh, perfect. That was to Cheryl. Sorry, we're catching up to the timeline. From Josh, I just had to run outside because we had never mind. Oh, there was no, that's important. Thunder here in Texas. And when I went outside, there was a rainbow. Let's go. From Julia, Yay, Cheryl. Love hearing your story in Nashville. Big ups to Cheryl again. Thank you for sharing your words today and as well in Nashville. Gita, please share where to buy your t-shirts. I can help spread the word with my networks.
As soon
Danielle,
as it's up and running, I'll let you know.
yes. Daniela, I want to buy your t-shirt. All right, we're at the t-shirt portion of the conversation, which was, I think it was like 45 minutes ago. I want to buy your t-shirt and help you out. We love you, Cheryl. I'm so inspired. Oh, sorry, that was from Daniela. From Natasha, I am so inspired. Thank you for sending so much love. Sweet dreams. Natasha, you are great. You are so great. Josh, I love the Inner Wisdom name. I love everything about it. I would love to create with you, Breanne.
Amazing.
From Gita, please share info on the book club. Lauren Wells, I'm wearing out the heart emoji on this call. Big time. My smile hurts too. From Cheryl Page, over and over and over again, and over and over and over again, and over and over and over again. I'm guessing that's just love.
Just like Dr. Joe always says, right? And over and over again, and over and over
Yes,
again.
there we go.
Body that feeling over and over and over again. Is that what
That's
you're
right.
talking about?
I love it.
Come back to me. Mary Claire, we are going to be waking up and asking, what does Breanne do? Your message, you are becoming a part of your consciousness because you are sharing. Love you. From Kathy, it is so key to realize you have a choice and you are a choice and you are the choice. Great realization, Breanne. It's another tool on your path to healing. This is such a fucking great call. My God, this is so beautiful. From Daniela, bad meditation doesn't exist. Every meditation that is perceived as bad points you in a different direction. Make you focus more the next time. And anytime I see somebody who has a frown on their face, who's having a bad day, I get excited for them because I know what's coming next. Completely agree. Thank you, Daniela. Cheryl Page, WWBD. What would Breanne do? Awesome.
Amazing.
From Nella, I have to sign off, but lots of love, Breanne, and to all of you. Great to see you this weekend as well. Edie, just big purple heart, and shout out to Edie and her granddaughter. Lots of love being sent your way. From Mary Claire, Sonia, wow, such gentle and powerful wisdom. Thank you. All right, we're catching up to the conversation now. From Gita, Sonia, such wisdom. Thank you. Beautifully said, Sonia. From Kevin. From Gita, I like that, Heidi. Divine is catching up. Beautiful. And yes, Heidi, thank you for that. That's a t-shirt right there. You should talk to Breanne about that. From Carrie Ann James, really clear and so inspiring. Thank you so much. I'm an artist, but recently keep dreaming of doing music. Thanks for going for it. From Heidi Wu. Heidi, I miss you so much. From Heidi, thank you for this. I feel so inspired and recommitted to the vision of full eradication of disease. You are a vision, such a radiant and humble soul, leading us to our achievement towards our fullest potential and power. You are lighting people up. You are getting rid of the nonsense out of people's minds, and you are making it direct what you are doing right now. This is so beautiful. From Johnny and Panda. Oh, that's so funny. Hey, Rob, if you've read this comment, you've gone too far. From Heidi Wu, love you so much. Love you forever. From Joe Beshent, and Joe, if I'm saying your last name wrong, I'm sorry. Bershenyi.
Bershny. It's Bershny.
Bershny, yes. And Joe, you are so great. Your energy is amazing. Such an inspiration. Thank you, Breanne. From Nina. Breanne, I love how you recall Dr. Joe's words. When you put in the work, demand what you deserve. Really encouraging. Sorry I missed earlier parts of this call and can't wait for the recording. I'll have that for everybody tomorrow morning. Thank you, Nina. From Natalie, I just feel like healing will be the new normal. This is why we're doing it. That's why Breanne said she wants to do this. It's so great. I just feel like healing will be the new normal, and one heals. And when one heals, everyone heals. And we pop each other like popcorn. Woo! Ooh, t-shirt, popcorn, and like have something with the ooh! I witness your healing. From Edie, thank you, Breanne. I don't have words. Josh, 8:33 in Texas. So we're only 2 minutes behind right now. Cool. Carrie Ann James. Carrie Ann, what's up? Another volunteer from Nashville. My daughter from Carrie Ann again, and Carrie Ann's an artist as well. Amazing artist. She gave me a couple of pieces of art as well as some other people within the volunteer team. Thank you for that. My daughter is 20 and is great at design work and has been to a Dr. Joe event. I can ask her for ideas.
Amazing.
How do you get shit done? By getting shit done. Let's go. Just by opening your mouth and doing what you know you should do instead of what you shouldn't do.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're all caught up now. Damn. What an amazing call.
Oh, I just want to say, I have an artist sister and a 15-year-old boy who can actually really draw really well. So I don't know how to get in touch with Breanne, but I don't know how to put information out.
All right. Yeah.
But feel free to tap in. Yeah, feel free to tap in.
Perfect. Thank you. Cindy, too. Thank you for your words, Breanne. To support you, we also have to show up to do the work. Let's go. That was the first thing you said. Thank you, Cindy, for bringing that back up. Friends don't let friends not meditate. All right, we're gonna start it. Your t-shirt company already got 5 designs already. Boom, right?
I love it.
Boom, I'll buy that one from Lauren. Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of people here that want to, that want to just. We all want to help. We all want to help each other. I mean, I'll just say, like, all right, like every time we have a call, it either starts or it just continues the momentum. Josh, Tenzin, you, this future, Kathy, Thor, Ilka, Arsa. Just when we put the intent out there and we let the ball flow, we get out of our own way, things just happen. Things happen. They happen, and especially when you're surrounded by positive energy and like-minded people. Walking meditation in progress, an angel in progress, from Daniela. Friends don't let friends meditate. I love it. Cheryl, love you. Oh damn. So I thought so what we used to do, I thought would be really neat, kind of I won't say in honor of you, Breanne, but I guess because of you, what you're doing, a really cool idea. So what we used to do, so again, guys, we meditate Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 a.m. and or 11 a.m. Eastern time every week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And every Friday, we used to do something called the collective healing. We're not certified in co-healing, which we will be shortly. It's definitely on the checklist. But we approach it a little differently, where we all kind of direct all our energy towards something. And I think tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. and 11 a.m., we're going to collectively put our energy just towards oneness and healing all. I think would be really beautiful, because that's what your message is, Breanne. So I think it would be great if, whoever can wake up, or if you can make it, definitely make it. Let's make a big splash and really do this meditation together in celebration of this call. So if you're not part of the Dot Connectors, the Morning Warriors, let me know. But I think that's a perfect way to roll off of this call, to keep the energy, to amplify this energy a little bit. So let's really back up what we're saying, and really and put our meditation to work. I think is a great idea, because that's how you get it done. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. So I think we're going to do that tomorrow at 5 a.m. and 11 a.m. We're going to do a collective meditation, just for all of us to be one and healthy.
Amazing. Thank you all so much.
I'm gonna start crying. Let's go. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Let's go. Avis, awesome. Love that.
Robby, I just want to tell you, your songs still inspire my teenager.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us all together.
You're so welcome. And thank you for bringing your energy. This is what it's all for. This is why we're doing it. This is what it's all about. There's nothing different from me than anybody. We're just, and the Breanne, you remind me a lot of me, just with how you talk. know, every intent that I have is geared towards the world, and I hear that in you. So
Thank
you
you.
for that.
Yeah.
All right. So again, before we wrap it up, let me just make sure. Again, the meditations are going to be so 5 a.m. and 11 a.m. So both or. Kathy, since we got you on the call, I don't know if you had a quote available. If not, don't worry about it. I was winging it. Now I saw your head. Never mind. Never mind.
No, I'm sorry. I will tomorrow
No,
morning.
you got it.
I
No,
will
no,
be tomorrow morning.
So Kevin, great call. My first one, and I really enjoyed it. Love you all. Thanks, Robbie. Jamila, thank you. Blessing to Breanne and all. Thank you. A bunch of thank yous. Just a lot of thank yous. Thank you, everybody, for being part of this community. Seriously, this is special stuff. Sorry. This is just special. Yeah, we're changing the world. From Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth, love you all so much. Thank you, Robbie, for creating this platform. Elizabeth, I'm so happy you're part of this community. I love how just bumping into people creates everlasting relationships. So freaking cool. Russ, who's that in your lap? Who's that? Is that your son?
Yeah, that's my son. That's my youngest.
All right. Beautiful.
Yeah.
The handsome man.
Thank you.
Breanne, thank you for your inspiration and amazing openness. Thank you all on the call, because this is truly a special group. Love the love from Bev. Edie, faith is the bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark. Quote from Tagore or Tagore. I'm slaughtering that. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up. We got an early morning tomorrow. Again, Breanne, you've changed so many lives on here, and the most impacted one is going to be you. Yeah, this was so great. This was so great. So again, let's see. I just want to make sure.
I got a quote, Robbie.
You got a quote? Go. Get shit done.
Yeah. Okay, start synchronizing to become awareness and realize that transformation is necessary.
Woo! One more time.
Start synchronizing to become awareness and realize transformation is necessary.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
And
How did you do that? That is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Off the top of my head.
So guys, so if you're not familiar, if you haven't been to a meditation yet, what we do after, and we have a creed with our community. I guess we have a saying before every call, or at the end of every call, and this call embodied it to the fullest. We say we don't do this because we have to. We do this because we want to, because we know we have to. So if you know it, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. We could all say it together, or mute yourself. If you don't know it, just feel the energy. All right. Again, we don't do this because we have to. We do this because we want to, because we know we have to. And that embodies everything that Breanne said, because she's not only curing herself and she's not only going to be curing her body, she's going to be helping a lot of other people to get to where they weren't prior to this call. So thank you for that. All right. 1, 2, 3. We don't do this because we have to.
Do this because
We do this because we want to.
We
We
have to.
Beautifully and perfectly perfect. The best way to do it. All right. I love you guys so much. Have a great night. And I'm so happy everybody joined this call. It was beautiful.
Love you guys.
So much.
Yeah. Thank you guys. And Breanne, hats off to you big time.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you.
You guys. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right. Now I got to save this chat. It's like a book. Michael, great seeing you on the call, Michael. Thank you so much for joining. Natalie and Rob, thank you. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Michael. Let's see. Ask to mute.
Love the call, Robbie.
Awesome.
Love the call.
Thank you, man. I'm so happy you're a part of it.
Oh, so happy to be a part.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yep. Many blessings.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for the next one. It just gets better every time. We have so many. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just this is what life is all about.
Well, it's what Nashville opened for all of us. And Breanne is one of the leaders. So it's awesome to get that full circle.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
All right.
Evening. Good evening.
Good evening, brother. Lots of love.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's connect.
Let's go. All right, brother. Have a good night.
Good night.